Hi, I'm Dr. Jeremy James, founder of BackForever. I had crippling back pain as a young man, truly crippling. I was horrified to learn that there was little in medicine or other therapies that did much to help or helped for very long. Like many of you, I spent a fortune on various therapies and got precious little in return. As a result, I decided to do something. I've devoted my entire adult life to finding and applying an effective, permanent cure for back and neck pain. First to myself, and then to the thousands of patients at my Aspen clinic. BackForever is something new. It's a comprehensive, science-based, and successful program to let you heal yourself in your home on your own time. You can heal yourself at home because the ultimate key to most back and neck pain is serious behavioral change. That's because it's very likely you've created your own pain with your behavior over the years and decades. BackForever shows you what's gone wrong in exquisite detail and how to fix it.
Hi, I'm Chris Crowley. I'm the Young and Next Year guy. Jeremy James and I have spent much of the last year and a half writing a new book, the Young and Next Year Back Book. Jeremy has also created this remarkable video protocol, this video program covering all aspects of back pain and back pain relief. Jeremy is going to show you how to move, how to carry yourself, how to behave. Deep changes, and those are permanent. It's because of that Jeremy has a 95% success rate. That is unheard of in this field.
The translation of my hands-on therapy to an online approach grew naturally and organically. Many of my Aspen patients were from all over the world and needed to be helped remotely. I developed detailed videos and other techniques to do precisely that. I was happy to see that the success rates compared to my clinical practice. Thus, the idea of BackForever was born. End back and neck pain forever with our detailed instruction and videos allowing you to learn and apply the BackForever protocol. This protocol has worked for thousands in my Aspen clinic, and if you qualify, it'll certainly work for you. Probably the best way to show you of what's in store for you as a BackForever member is to give you one example of what we're going to do for you. BackForever is going to teach you how to squat. Now that might sound trifling or foolish, it's anything but. Squatting is one of the most common movements you do. Done the wrong way, squatting puts enormous load through the knees and the back, creating inflammation and damage over time, resulting in pain. Done the right way, squatting builds up the supporting structures around the spine, giving you a stronger, healthier back. Done the wrong way, a disaster. Done the right way, a cure. A simple squat. It's almost like magic. If you're in a place where you can, go ahead and just try doing a few squats on your own without any instruction from me. Try it a few times. Think about what muscles you're using. Which muscle groups did you feel working the most? Your thighs, which are your quadriceps, your gluteal muscles in your buttocks, your hamstrings on the backs of your thighs? Did you feel it mostly in your knees or in your core? Now you're going to try it with some instruction from me. Our goal for this is to get the glutes to do most of the work rather than the muscles in the thighs, the quadriceps. So we're going to stand feet shoulder width apart. What I mean by that is just picture a line coming down from your shoulders, a little bit wider. You want your legs about there. We want our feet pointed relatively forward, slightly outturned is okay, but not beyond 45 degrees. What we're going to do is try to hinge at the hips. So you almost want to pretend like you have a seat behind you that you're going to sit in. I'm going to break this down into a few pieces. The first part we're going to practice is just sticking your buttocks out behind you without moving your back. So we're going to engage our core, then just drop your butt back behind you without your knees coming forward, so your knees shouldn't move. Let's practice that a few times. So come up, stick your butt out behind you. Now your back isn't moving. All the movement is coming from the hip joints. So now we're just going to take that down a little further. Noticing the knees do not come forward over the toes. If you're looking from the sides, this should be almost perpendicular. They can come forward a little bit, but try not to. That puts load on the knees. Come on up. Now let's try it a little bit further down. And you'll notice Juliet's already figured out on her own, arms out in front of you as a counterbalance. Okay, now the most important part. As you're coming up, I want you to pretend that you have a piece of paper right here and that your foot is on either end of that piece of paper. And as you're coming up, you want to rip that piece of paper in half. So you're pushing outward and squeezing your buttocks as you come up. Try that a few times. Now, when you do that, it should take most of the load into the glutes and off of the thighs. So if you're doing this the right way, it should be about 70% gluteal muscles, 30% quads. Let's try that a few times. And remember, you want to rip that piece of paper in half as you're rising up, squeezing the gluteal muscles. This is something that takes a long time to get, but we just wanted to give you an idea of how slight changes in the way you do movements affect your back and other joints in the long term. There you go. That's just one example of what we can do for you. There are many, many more, and they will change your behavior, change your life. I hope you'll start today. Start getting your life back forever.